Talking about our problems is our greatest addiction. And of course, there are many plus and minus situations in our day-to-day life, but we have a habit of looking at what is wrong and what is lacking instead of what is right. It looks like we are taught in that way since we are born to focus on problems and complaining, criticizing, gossiping, blaming, slandering, and getting jealous of others' good things and saying bad things about others, saying negative things about our own future. We are actually creating problems, stress, and unwholesome situation for ourselves. Why we need to add troubles in each other's life when we already have enough to deal with? We are not living positively by ourselves, and we are not giving any positive value to others' life. What is this? Actually, we are so messed up. So now it's a time to focus on blessing. Now it's time to understand that complaining, criticizing, gossiping, slandering, and making negative comments on others or ourselves cannot help any situation and any problems. So we created our problem, so we have to be our own cure. So we need to start speak positive, think positive, see positive. So this is not something easy for us, but it is something we can practice and master it. So our words has a power to trigger our emotions, so we have to speak positive words. I'm not trying to dive deep down to Buddhist teachings now. So I'm just trying to give some outer gist of the teachings, but that can really impact our real life. So we have to learn to limit our complaints about situation, what went wrong, situation, and all the other persons and other things. We have to limit our expectation. Actually, the expectation is the root of frustration. So this is something very, very powerful. All the stress and all the frustrations comes because of our expectation. So our expectation must be positive, or our expectation should be limited. When we expect something in a wrong time, of course that will be very much painful. So we have to take responsibilities and stop blaming others. We always tend to blame others easily when we see someone else. When something wrong happens, we can just put the blame on others and we try to escape from that kind of situation, but that is not the solution. So we have to understand the problems are part of our life, because as we are in this samsara or in this world, we are seeing problems in others' life, so the problems will be in our life as well. So there is no person in the whole world they do not have to deal with problems. So we have to be more mature now. So we have to see that problems are part of our life. Instead of crying over our problems, I cannot do anything, I'm being so useless or something, we have to see that problems as opportunities, or we have to utilize that in a best way. So even there are problems, there are some positive side of it. So we have to see something positive in every difficulties. But it is better said than done. Actually, it is very easy to say, but hard to actually implement in our life. But practice makes us perfect, so we can practice it. We should forget that what hurt us, but we have to learn something from that problems and not to repeat that again. Although I'm full of negative qualities, I try to share something positive. I think sharing positive, will help others and myself to grow. That's why I'm sharing this positive thing. It doesn't mean I'm sharing some positive words. That doesn't mean I always have to stay positive. I am as you are. So I also have lots of problems. I also have negative thoughts and everything. But it is something I want to share, or I'm trying to share, is I want to have positive value in my life, and I want to be a person who can add something positive value or something positive in others' life. So if I start to share negative things every single time I start to feel negative, then it will impact in that way. So I don't want that to be happen. So I'm trying to share something positive instead of sharing negative. So I also appreciate positive speakers no matter how they act in real life, because they are adding a real, positivity in my real life. So this is something I really appreciate about them. So whatever the point here is, we always have to, make a good try on staying positive. So the most few things very important to consider is, rejoicing in others' good qualities is very important, and that is the one great part of positiveness. And consider that we all deserve happiness. Actually, we always tend to think, I want happiness, they want happiness, but actually we are rejecting, or we are not considering about others. I think we are always more likely to concern about ourselves. So we need to have a sense of concern for others as well, and accept and respect others' decision. We used to see from we have one-sided mind, like, everybody has to stand by my thoughts or something. So this is subconsciously we are thinking in that way, but we have to accept others' feelings and understanding, and others' knowledge, and others' wishes. So even we cannot understand that much well of their intention, but we have to respect. At least we have to respect their decisions and focus on what is right for them. So this is going to help us grow to be more positive. So I want to conclude this video by saying that it is not easy to have a positive attitude all the time, but it is something we can practice in day-to-day life, and build our habit to be more positive. Thank you.